Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to Franklin County Forage. Headed over to Dad's this evening, and we're going to get started on a little project, and you guys are going to come along and be a little bit of a surprise. So stay tuned so you can find out what we're going to be working on. I think you're going to like it. I mean, maybe. If you're into hay and balers, that kind of stuff. If not, you can still watch and you might learn something. Who knows? Or you may not learn something. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you'll just enjoy it. Who knows? So I'll see you guys when I get there. Dad's? He's probably still inside. I haven't even gone in and talked to him yet. Hey, real quick, makes me think about it. Dad got him some really nice big railroad. These aren't just railroad ties. These are like, they're not bridge timbers either. They're like an oversized railroad tie or something. But he's gonna use those for the other hoop building that we're putting up. Hopefully we'll get that up this year. So as I told you, we got the building cleaned out. I know it doesn't look like it, but don't worry about what's on the floor. We like to have some loose hay. Of course, we've got plastic down underneath that. The real reason why I came here this afternoon and for this video. Dad's new baler, new to him baler, new Holland 575. It has the hydraulic tension on it. It also has, as you can see here, the cables came with a meter and everything. It's got the cables for moisture sensor. Got the meter also. I haven't got that mounted on the tractor yet. And Dad bought him a Gandy box, a P45 forage. This baler actually had a Gandy box on it when we bought it, and the guy wanted to keep it. So that's why these two holes are here. But Dad got him a 3-holer, so we're gonna have to drill another hole. And we're also going to make a bracket for this. So that's what I'm doing here today. I'm going to take some measurements, try to come up with a bracket to mount this thing to, so this will be ready to go whenever we get ready to bale hay. And we get done taking some measurements, and we're going to run out here and look at this hay. I'm going to show you why we think we're going to need this. Hopefully we're going to need it, because we're going to, Ginger's howling over there. If we don't need it, it's probably because we had to wait too late to bale the hay, and it's not really high quality. So let's check this thing out. All right, here is the Gandy box. And the way I've seen other people mount them, there's a piece of angle here. This piece of angle iron just bolts to the frame, this piece of framework here. And then most of the time, most people that I've seen, they just have a bracket that comes up, mounts just to this. They may have a brace that comes out here. And then this whole thing is cantilevered. It's mounted here. It's cantilevered all the way out here. Well, this thing here weighs about 40 pounds probably. Maybe not quite 40, but... And then you're going to put 40 or 50 pounds of stuff in it. So you're looking, a little under 100 pounds hanging out here, bouncing across the field. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to build a steel frame that'll bolt to the baler. So it's going to be a full rectangular frame that bolts down to the baler. I'm also going to basically put a piece of angle iron on this end. We're going to bolt to here, have some supports there as well as this. So that'll kind of keep it from doing this here. That's the plan. So I took some measurements from the baler, and I'm going to take this home with me, and I'm going to get it put together and see how it turns out. Are you excited?
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get it on there and get it to working.
I think we'll have a reason to use it here in a little bit. That hay out there. We're going to go check it out real quick. So this is the field right up close to Dad's barn. Got really good green color to it. It's going to make some good hay. Dad had some strips whenever he first spread fertilizer where it didn't get good fertilizer. It was kind of yellowish, so he came back and spread some more down the strips. And it's greened up and grown, but it's a little bit further behind, so there's no seed heads there, which is a good thing. But I think this is going to make a pretty good yield. I've been considering this about 8 acres. What do you guys think? Should we have a yield contest? You guys want to do a little contest, and maybe I can come up with like a hat or some kind of giveaway or something for whoever wins. What I've done in the past is I show videos of it before it's cut, and then as it's being cut, raked, tedded, whatever. But then the video before I bale, all the guesses have to be in, you know, by a certain date, and then I turn it off. And then after we bale, I reveal the winner, and whoever was closest wins. There's a good amount of ryegrass in there, actually.
Yeah, I never even...
Perennial ryegrass, obviously. Walk down the track here. It's not too bad. It's a little bit wet. So there is a little dab of clover in here. You can see that. I don't know how well it's picking it up. Good stand of orchard grass, obviously. And there's some ryegrass here and there. So here's Ginger. See how far down in there she is. You know, leaves are up to my waistline right here. Seed heads are a little bit higher. And they'll continue to grow, obviously, until we get it cut. We got some rain coming this rest of this week. All right, guys, so we're kind of at the top of the hill. You got Dad's 5 cows that he's calling out here, looking at us. And obviously, you guys have seen me bale this before. If you haven't seen it, you can go back to some other videos. This is where, I don't remember what the name of the video was, but I was baling with Dad's Kubota tractor, or he was baling with it out here last year. And then 2021, this was the field that would have made, well, I don't want to tell you. You can go back and watch that video if you want to know how much this made 2 years ago. So there's what Dad looks. Of course, he's a little short, but...
I'm 6'5".
Yeah, he's 6'5". Got the wheat there in the background. But here's the field. So it goes just down to the bottom of this hill. It doesn't go all the way to those trees, because that down there is really low and doesn't grow worth a hoot anyway. So it goes straight down, basically straight over from these trees over here. So straight over across here, across the bottom, and then there's a, you know, 15-foot strip there that he's got for a runway for the cows to run. But from that all the way over to those trees, and then straight up, not quite to the feeder station. It's got a little neck. We walked in right over here, and it has a little notch right there. This is roughly 8 acres. This is May 9th. Of course, you guys we'll do a little update when we get ready to cut. Try to get some footage of it before we cut and while we're cutting. So try to be as fair and accurate as we can. So you can kind of see Dad's actually about 5'6", 5'7".
5'5 and a half.
He must be shrinking. He used to be 5'6".
Yeah.
But there you go. That's the field. Orchard grass, a little bit of clover, and some ryegrass.
Can't wait to try my 575 out.
Yeah. This is a season of new. We got the 575 new to Dad, and he's got putting the Gandy box on there, so that'll be new. And the hay rake, you used the hay rake last year, but
yeah, this will be a good test.
This will be a good test for it. So hopefully we can get this cut in the next week or two, hopefully, because it's just going to keep on getting more and more rank and far along. And what, Ginge? What? So we're making our way across here, and then we'll work our way down a little bit. Yeah, so there's one of his strips. You can kind of see where his tracks are here. It gets a little bit shorter right in there. But it's kind of getting its color back and trying to catch up. So again, here's one of his strips. And the seed heads are, here's my waistline. There's the seed heads. The leaves are down here. The other stuff, the leaves are up to here. So we're about 8 to 10 inches height-wise behind where the other stuff was. All right, guys, so I just decided to go ahead and dig into building the frame when I got home. Nothing else going on, and that's kind of peaceful working at night sometimes. So I'll show you what I got here so far. So I started gluing the main frame that is going to go on the baler together. It looks like a contraption I've got here, but I wanted to show you guys a little bit. I've got some heavy-duty squares from Fireball Tool. So this one here is called a mega square. So I'm going to take and I got these here from them too. These are called Mantis clamps. They're like vice grip type clamps. They're pretty nice. You see that they're offset on one side for clamping around things and giving you space to work in and everything. And then this one here is called the Monster Square, and it's just a regular, basically a regular square, but it's heavy duty, you know, for built to actually clamp things. So I just wanted to show you guys that, and now I'm going to finish welding, and I'll show you what I've got. All right, guys. So this is what I've come up with. Obviously, it's not complete, but I didn't want to. One thing I didn't measure was where the holes, because we already have holes in here. If we didn't already have the holes in the baler, in the top of the baler for the tubes, I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just mount it where it needs to go and then drill the holes where they line up with the tubes. But this one already had one on it before, so what I've done is I made the frame. I made this piece here. The piece of angle iron is going to sit on top of here that the Gandy box would normally mount to. It's going to mount to it. But then on the other side, we're going to have these right at, I don't know exactly where, but somewhere along this side piece here. And then this one here, I had to customize it. And I'll show you why in a second. But this one will go over on this side, or vice versa, whichever way. But it'll go like that. We've got a cover here in the way. And I don't have space for a full 1-inch piece. So that's why I basically narrowed that down to about a 1/4 inch. So it'll slip down between here, make it to this bolt right. I don't know if you can see my finger there. Right there is where that piece is gonna attach. Bolt them to the Gandy box, and we're gonna set them on here. And basically we're just gonna locate that Gandy box front to back to line up with the holes that are already in the existing holes in the sheet metal. This is the gist of how it's gonna go. I'm gonna weld this piece of angle iron onto these two uprights. And I've just got this here just sitting there because I don't have a long enough bolt. I'm gonna take this bolt out and I get a long one. This piece here will be bolted here, and then it'll weld down here. So whenever if you want to take the Gandy box off, you would take these bolts here out, this bolt out, and then this bolt out, which you'd have to take this cover off here. So that's how it's gonna mount. But right now, as you can see, it's dark. It's like 2 in the morning because I just wanted to go ahead and work on this. So we got her done as much as I can get done without having the baler. If I had the baler here, I'd just go ahead and finish it, have it ready to paint. Actually, I'd probably finish it, clean it up, and go ahead and paint it so it could be drying. But I don't have the baler here, so I've got as much as I can get done. I don't know if we'll get to that tomorrow or not, but hopefully here, I mean, this week sometime we'll get it over there. I'll get it finished. We'll get it cleaned up and ready to go. So by next week, we'll have it mounted. I don't know if we'll be ready to cut and bale any hay because of the weather, but at least we'll be ready, I think. So, all right. Let's take it to the baler.